Guys, I've always told you that if there is anything good that has ever happened to Manchester United, it's Erik ten Hag. This man can discover talent, and guess who he has gone ahead to discover this time round? It's Rasmus Højlund, 20-year-old Danish striker playing at Atalanta, and he has a height of 1.8, tearing up the UEFA qualifiers for the Euros 2024. 2 games, 5 goals. I repeat, 2 games, 5 goals. This story dropped even before Denmark played with, is it Kazakhstan, the team that they beat 3-1 on Thursday. And welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where you watching us from? Rock and David is my name. We are talking Marcus Rashford. Obviously, the words that Gareth Southgate came out and really said yesterday about Marcus Rashford have gone ahead and really choked him. Today he has gone ahead to eat them because he had nothing to do, because it was really bad from the manager of the national team coming out and really calling out Marcus Rashford for being injured every time they go all out and really play for the national team. Yet Rashford put his body on the line in the Euros and went when he was injured and played for England. And lastly, we are talking about Min-jae, one of those players that Erik ten Hag is interested in to sign as a replacement for Harry Maguire. Now, how are you doing, guys? England has won by 2-0. Harry Maguire played 90 minutes. He's returning tomorrow on duty at Carrington. Remember, most of the players of United are returning back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to prepare for the game. United is going to be playing against Newcastle on Sunday. That is this week. Now, Bruno Fernandes played 75 minutes today as Portugal beat Luxembourg 6-0. He created an assist where Ronaldo scored a brace. Diego Dalot played 90 and he got some good minutes into his legs. Then which other player? Luke Shaw got a red card. He's out of the England national team, and I think the likes of Sabitzer are really going to play tomorrow. So I think by Tuesday most of the players of United would have gotten done playing their beautiful game of football with their national teams, and on Tuesday Wednesday, all of them will be back on duty to prepare for the game of Newcastle. And those that really never took part into the international duties for their respective countries, they are still at the club, and Ten Hag gave them 1 week of rest. That is David De Gea, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Rafael Varane, which other? Anton Martial, Fred, Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, which other player that was not involved in the international break? But most of the players, even Zidane Iqbal, was playing for Pakistan today. So to me, I believe that we are really going to come back big and better. That's it. Bruno has gotten some 15 minutes of rest. The last game they played, I think on Thursday, he played close to, was it on Friday? Thursday, played close to 90 minutes and it was never taken off. So this time around, he has played only 75, and obviously he's good to go. Now, let's get into this lad known as Rasmus Højlund, playing for Atalanta, 22 years of age. This story first broke through from what we call a source coming in from Denmark, known as Skatra Bladet, via the Sports Witness, and this is what they had to say about this amazing young talent: that Manchester United are showing concrete interest in Atalanta striker Rasmus Højlund, who would love the move to Old Trafford. Bids are expected to fall for the player, who is valued around £23 million to £31 million. Guys, have you watched this guy play? I've watched him. I've watched him over, I think, this week, Thursday and Sunday. This boy is really a very good striker. You know, one will ask, what has forced Erik ten Hag to really drop his interest from players like Harry Kane, Goncalo Ramos, Victor Osimhen, to go to a player who is just 23 years of age? Let me school you. You know, the budget of United is unrealistic. Ten Hag has anticipated that we might even reach in the summer when you've not yet really gotten the owners of the club. Now what he has gone to do is, he knows that the budget is going to be minimal. Now he's looking in for the talent that can come in through and get the job done perfectly as he wants it. Now he has gone ahead to scout Højlund. Højlund has played close to 20 games for Atalanta. He has gone ahead to score 7 goals in the league of the Serie A for Atalanta. He has played 23 games and has 1 assist. And then Coppa Italia has played 2 games and scored 1 goal. This boy is really talented. His hold-up play is really great. Swift left foot. He's clinical when it comes to him finishing those chances you create for him. He can even create a chance from nothing. This is the lad. Secondly or thirdly, he's fast. He's blistering fast. And Ten Hag has an eye for talent that he can turn into the next Haaland, into the next Kylian Mbappe, into the next Harry Kane, into the next Lewandowski. And this is a player that has gone ahead to really open up to the media that he wants to play for Manchester United. And I think he said this in January, and he had not even made his debut for Denmark, because he made his debut this week on Thursday. Now, we've been told that Rasmus Højlund, who just scored a brace today for Denmark, though Denmark lost 32, after scoring a hat-trick in his international debut a few days ago, Højlund in January was asked about which club he loves. He says, "Now that you ask, I will not hide the fact that I'm a huge Manchester United fan." Now, you know what this is all about. It's all about a player that loves to play for Manchester United. He came out and really said this even before United showed interest in him. That was in January. In January, no blogger, you get these tapping merchants on Twitter. He came out and really even linked up with this guy. But this guy in January came out and said he's a staunch United fan. And this is here, United gets it right. It's always good to sign in a player who has the talent of Højlund at Manchester United, yet he has even gone ahead to hint onto him wanting to join Manchester United. And when you look at the form he's really at, I think he's a striker that we should sign. He should be a striker that we should sign, because Victor Osimhen is not going to be an easy negotiation between us and Napoli, because we've already discussed with Napoli on Kalidou Koulibaly. At the age of 25, United was all in for this player. In 2017, 6 years back, when he was like 25, 26 in his prime, we wanted him, and the negotiations never went well. You get, it was not only United, Liverpool, Chelsea, very many teams were negotiating for Kalidou Koulibaly, but they sold him at 34 million pounds. By then, they wanted close to 80 million pounds for the defender, and it's going to take a lot of time. Secondly, money is going to be a problem, because you don't know how much you're going to be having. Harry Kane, we can negotiate that deal until the deadline day to get him in. So, if you know what Erik ten Hag hates, he hates getting in players late. He wants to get in these players early enough. Why? If Ten Hag had gotten in Casemiro, Anthony, Eriksen, Lisandro Martinez, and Malacia early enough, and we started the first game against Brighton at Old Trafford of the Premier League with him, we wouldn't have lost to Brighton. We wouldn't have lost to Brentford. Yes, I think we didn't have drawn against Newcastle. You get, if at all you had those players, there are very many games that would have gone ahead away to win. We didn't have lost 6-3 to Manchester City. That's it, because these players would have been integrated into the team. The cohesion would have already been formed up to see to it that Ten Hag gets the best out of it. And to throw it to you in real time, United is 16 points behind Arsenal. Arsenal is having 66 points. United is having 50 points. If you had won those two games, trust me, we would have been 10 points behind Arsenal with the game in hand. If we win a game in hand, that means we would have been 7 points behind Arsenal. That would have been a very good arm's distance in us being part of the title conversation. That's it. So Ten Hag knows that every point is so much important. That's why he'll go in for Højlund first, according to me. 30 million pounds, get him in, because he knows he's going to be having a budget of 80 to 100 million pounds. If he's to get more money, he needs to sell these players and get in others, meaning that he will find himself in a position of signing Højlund first, because there are 3 positions that Ten Hag wants to go into the preseason solved. The central defender, who is right-footed, a striker, and a Casemiro backup. That's it. According to me, I believe those are the positions that Erik ten Hag would love to go on and really have sorted at Manchester United before that. So Højlund is really one of those players that are really involved into the transfer of United, and Erik ten Hag is really in for him. And today Fabrizio Romano has told us that as United are registering solid interest into Rasmus Højlund, we've been told that he is set to pick a new agent in the coming days or weeks ahead of the transfer window, and that means he really wants out. And United is really one of those that wants the player, and his price tag is really great. If I told you, look at how this guy is really playing, he's really on fire. But I anticipate that it might really heighten when he comes back from the international break, because he has gone ahead to score 5 goals in 2 games. That is Højlund. He's really a deadly striker that we must get. And I think he supports United. Whatsoever opportunity that comes by, he's going to first consider United. He'll tell his agent, United first, United first. And I think Eriksson can help us into this. Eriksson is the captain of the Danish national team, and he can even tell him that, please come to my team, come to daddy, come here and get everything done and dusted as it's planned by Erik ten Hag. So I think Eriksson might have had a hand in this, according to me, because this guy is really good. I've seen him play. He's clinical, good in the air, 1.85 meters tall. He's fast, guys. Lightning quick is the guy, and he's really a new kid on the block. That's it. And he's going to force me to start watching the Serie A as it turns back. Every game of Atalanta, I won't miss out on every game of Atalanta. I'm going to be watching those games of Atalanta with effect from this weekend. And when you look at Atalanta, when you look at Atalanta this weekend, they are playing which team? They are playing Cremonese at 16 hours. That's it. Oh, I won't miss out on this. I need to get more of this. My eyes have to really get nutrition from this guy. Now, let's leave Højlund at that. We'll go ahead and really get more from him. And let's get into another personnel. That is Min-jae. Is it Min-jae? He's known as Min-jae. Right. Min-jae is one of those center backs that Erik ten Hag is looking at and is having a very good spell at Napoli. Now, Min-jae, on rumors linking him to Manchester United, and others said, as you know, those rumors are not true. All I want is to focus on my team, and I have many tournaments to play. That's it. Then Fabrizio Romano brought us another quote when he was asked about Premier League clubs to trigger release clause in June. That's it, because for the first 2 weeks of June, if at all there is any Premier League club that is interested in him, they're supposed to pay 45 million euros. If at all it's paid, then he will be sold to that club. He has said, I can't be bothered by transfer rumors because they are not true. I'm now focusing on my team and on the Champions League rather than that kind of nonsense. So he has called it nonsense, and I understand why he's calling it nonsense, because he just can't find himself in a position of really losing his concentration, because they are into the quarterfinals of the UEFA Europa League. Then he's so much into the league Serie A for that they are going to win it, because they are left with some few games and they are leading with some 15 points ahead of AC Milan, Inter Milan, and so on and so forth. So I believe he is really right. But Min-jae and Julian Timber, one of those will be really great for me in here onto the channel known as United Matters channel. Then after that, we are really having a story coming in from Marcus Rashford. You now know Gareth Southgate came out yesterday and really put out loads of words that we are not really good sounding to the boy. They were not good sounding to the boy known as Marcus Rashford. And as it stands, he found this very unreal. He found it provocative, and he has gone ahead to eat his words. He has said, I was asked the other day, did we miss Marcus Rashford? And it was semantics of words, really. But he's in good form. We would love to have had him as an option for this camp, but we hadn't got him. Then he said, always then have to think that's the best solution and it's opportunities for other people. Once Rashford is ruled out of the squad, it's entirely up to him how he spends his time now. So to me, I think I was gonna hate to really issue out a better statement than what he said, you get, because it looks like he was annoyed. Obviously, the fact is, to me, Rashford is not injured. The fact is, he sat down with Erik Ten Hag, and Ten Hag told him that you are having your best season. If you can rest for 2 weeks without playing football, if you return on the 2nd of Newcastle, you would have really recharged your batteries. Reconditioning will be okay, and your body would have recovered. So use these 2 weeks, you rest, because England has a very vast squad that really does this stuff. So don't go that side. And I think he really had to listen to him. And I think what annoyed Gareth Southgate most was seeing Marcus Rashford down in New York. I think that photo really did him bad and felt like Rashford was disrespecting the invite. But thank you guys for watching it through. Your thoughts on United's concrete interest in Højlund are welcome in the comment section below. What are your thoughts about Min-jae? And lastly, Gareth Southgate coming in and eating his words onto the Marcus Rashford saga of not being part of the English squad. May the Lord bless you abundantly. Second video of the day. We are left with 1 to go. I sign out for now. See you later. I'm out.